Alright, boys. Feeling good, man. I just got some coffee and I'm ready to go. Ready to show you another video. It's funny because I've been lacking on videos, and then all of a sudden, you know, I'm finding little segments of time where I'm able to give you a lot more videos. This video, it's a video that I'm gonna pretty much probably show a lot of the gameplay here. But this video, I'm gonna name it, what should I name this one? Your thinking process as a sim. So first off the gate, I was setting up a widow nest here because I was very sure that they were gonna run a widow, because I checked the enemy team composition and two of them were healer mains, the other two I think were tank mains, and the two leftover slots were both DPS mains. So this team we're playing against was a match made to play together, you know, 2-2-2. So I figured that they'd run widow. Here's a mistake though. When you start out knowing that they're gonna run a widow, you shouldn't be doing what I was just doing right there, because now the widow doesn't have incentive to grapple up to that position because she was trying to get shots on me up front, and being that she missed shots, you know, she wants to move forward and go for the kills. So now she's not going to go backwards to grapple to that spot. So you live and you learn, okay? When you set a widow nest on this map, you really don't want to be out on the open in the beginning. So she gets our Mei, and I get TP, and I set it up right here. There's a reason why I set it up right there and not way far in the back, and it's because that they're running a death ball. They don't have any hardcore flankers, so it's not like somebody can go all the way around and get that TP, and I figure I can wall off that side with turrets to further deter their team from attacking the TP. So I thought that we would get value out of it, and also it plays into our hands that our team is extremely aggressive. Okay, when you set up TP right there, you want your team to play aggressive, not passive. And what I mean by aggressive is we attack them in this area here. Okay, and think about it for a second. If we're trading blows, you know, they get a pick and then we get a pick and they get a pick and we get a pick, well, who gets the advantage there? Well, a team without TP is at a disadvantage because our spawn is far back. But a team with the TP has the advantage because now our spawn is closer to the battlefield than theirs is. So, you know, we just overflood them, and it seems as if no matter how many picks they get, it doesn't matter. And Widow's prime for getting picks, headshots and stuff, if she's good. Also, they don't have a hardcore flanker to take it out, so I knew that we would get the value out of the TP. Okay, now during this game I noticed that the other DPS, I knew that they would run a Pharah as well, but that did not deter me from playing Sim, because Sim can actually be a nuisance to a Pharah on a lot of maps, and this is one of them. Okay, and I will show you that in this game. So I wanted to get this Genji to let them know that it was a horrible decision to spot the Genji. You need to take it personally when someone decides to swap the Genji when you're playing Sim. You need to punish him. Like, let him know, like, you know, it was a bad decision. You don't want people to just walk all over you with characters that you should counter. If you should counter that pick, then you should be countering it. Okay, if you're not, then maybe you're not playing well, or maybe their team is hiding his weakness. Okay. So nothing to say here. I know that we noticed that the Pharah takes out our turrets, and we have no more turrets in our bank, so we're in trouble there. And now we notice that they're running pharmacy. So notice how I'm always setting up turrets at elevated positions to slow down. Turrets are so invaluable when you set them up in positions to slow down the Pharah or even kill the Pharah. Okay, because when she passes by them, a lot of times she has to turn around and try to deal with them, and it slows her down, and a lot of times they just fall to the ground because they hate taking damage, and your team is able to deal with it. So she ults there. We still got 3 on the TP. I forgot how we lost this. Yeah, their DPS started getting kills there. Yeah, that Widow is just... Yeah, that's a good shot. I mean, sometimes you just gotta give it to him. It's a good shot. We have no one to challenge the Widow up there, so... The Mei tried right there. She should have continued. She should have continued her aggression on the Widow up there. I don't know why she dropped back down. See, the Widow got our one of our supports, and then it's just downhill from there, I believe. Yeah. That's okay. When you realize you're not going to win the battle, you got to get out of there. Like, I see so many guys in this position, they'll just continue to jump in there. Why? You're just feeding the team. You're not going to stop them. You're an immobile character. What are you going to do? Are you going to hold that point for 20 seconds to get your team back? Look at this Widow. Now, check out this Pharah nest I set up here. Pharah nests are good against Pharmacy. Very good. Watch. See that? You see how her dealing with my turrets there put her in a vulnerable position. She had her back turned the entire time. So if our team was behind her, they could have shot her down. We just wasn't fortunate enough to have it that way. And she had to come down to the ground due to the slowing down of the damage and her trying to take out the turrets. So here she is again. This time I should have just got out of there. But that's the thing about TPs. You can play aggressive against teams that don't have hard flankers to take it out. Watch this. You see how she's coming for TP? But there's nothing she can do. So now it's 6-on-5 due to your teleporter. Now you're just getting in there, try to output as much damage as possible, set up turrets, throw shield through your team to soak up some damage for them. Got a kill. Team's doing very well.
Death is an illusion.
I wonder, did we even have a hit scan? I'm gonna wait till I see the hopefully I check. Very good job on Mora there. Notice that I almost never have 6 turrets in my bank. I'm almost always keeping it at 0. I want my turrets on the field at all times. Okay, they provide so much value. What was our team comp? I hope I take a look at it now. Did I? Yeah, I did. Notice how we didn't have a hit scan, right? And they were running Pharmacy, right? You know, you hear guys say things like, you know, hey, they're running Pharmacy, we have to have a hit scan. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes the map is designed in a way in which you can counter the Pharmacy in different ways. That's what's so, you know, great about this game. You can be very you can be creative in the way in which you exploit the enemy team. You know, a lot of people think that Pharmacy is so strong, and it is, but there is a weakness to it, and the weakness isn't the actual Pharmacy. The weakness is the rest of her team. The rest of her team doesn't have DPS damage to back them up in the middle and back lines if the pharmacy's on the attack, and the ground team, if your 6 just avoids the Pharmacy and floods the gates on the other 4, you can rip apart Pharmacy's team 4-on-6, and then it's 6-on-2 with the Pharmacy. You know what I mean? You know, I had another game where we didn't run hit scan at all. We had 3 supports. We had Sim, Mercy, and Lucio, and I forgot the other 3. And the other team was running Pharmacy, and we tore them to shreds because we continued to just speed boost into the other team the other 4 of the team, other than Pharmacy, while they were in the air trying to do what they were doing, and we would just shred them apart. They were constantly, if I recall correctly, they were constantly 2-on-6. Okay. So enough on that. Let's go with this attack round. Go through what I was thinking. Always don't take the main doors when you leave on attack rounds. Okay, that's just a humongous mistake. I don't know why guys keep doing it. Here we try to pick up some charge. Didn't get anything. Hit that Zarya. Zarya's low. Take her down. Take her down. Got her down. Our Hanzo got a great pick on the Widow. So now it's 5-on-4. I always like to attack the back line when we have the numbers. They're too preoccupied with us attacking the front. So I always do things like this. Now I end up dying here, but notice how when I was fully charged on the tank, I then ignored the tank to try and go and take the Mercy out. Okay, and the reason for that is because Orisa was going to die from my allies anyway, and I wanted to go ahead and get down Mercy, okay, because she's a high priority target pretty much at all times. And you want to do that when your gun is charged all the way up at level 3. Okay, so we got that point. And watch how I attack shields with the orb. You see that? I was not aiming for the Orisa. I was aiming for the shield. Okay? That's going to change with her rework. So, you know, now, you know, you'll still want to attack open space, but attacking shields is a no-go. Watch this TP here. I did TP because I knew the Zen couldn't attack it, and I knew our Hanzo died a while back, and I knew he would come through. You notice how look at the value we just extracted with that TP. Okay, there's just so much going on there. Our Hanzo died, and I don't remember, but I think I was internally counting, and when I got to 10 I placed it down because I knew he would come out soon, if I recall correctly. So I didn't care that the Zen was close by. Also he ulted, so there's nothing he can do to the TP. Okay, then 3 of our guys died as well. So when Hanzo came out while the Brigitte was trying to destroy the TP, she then tried to kill the Hanzo, which was a huge mistake. She should have stayed on the TP, which allowed the TP to stay up for our other 3 guys to come flying out. Okay, rewind it if you want, but also in that sequence, if you notice, my turrets killed the Junkrat during that whole segment. Notice how I set up 6 turrets.